Your Highness, why are you doing this? His Highness said that he won't see you.
Please, Wayne, announce me one more time. I just want my dowry back to treat Nolan. Nolan's illness really can't be delayed any longer.
This Snowfall Manor is located at a high altitude, and it snows year-round. You've been kneeling for 3 days. How can you endure it any longer?
Your Highness, stop.
Your Highness.
You're truly devoted. To get money from me and support other man, it's really not easy. You've been kneeling for 3 days. You even resorted to using that little B-starred kid's life as an excuse.
Your Highness, Nolan is really your own flesh and blood. You can choose not to believe me, but you can't insult him.
My own flesh and blood. You really won't give up until you see the coffin. Let me ask you, 3 years ago, the day I was poisoned and injured, where were you? What were you doing? And who was with you?
Lovesick Threads, junior sister. How could you be poisoned by this?
His Highness is injured and poisoned by this. If he's not treated in time, he will surely die. Senior brother. Quickly suppress the poison for me.
So you transferred the poison yourself. You know that Lovesick Threads has no cure. How could you be so foolish? Sebastian loves you dearly if he finds out.
As long as you don't say anything, he won't know.
Sebastian loves you dearly if he finds out.
As long as you don't say anything, he won't know.
Can't speak anymore, can you, Lindsay? As the wife of King of Northern Yan, you're full of nonsense and have done all sorts of evil things. Not killing you and that little B-starred kid is already my mercy. Now get out.
I'll leave right away. But I beg you, Your Highness, return my dowry to me. Nolan is critically ill. We really can't wait any longer.
Lindsay, you're truly incorrigible. Butler, go get Dr. Sun. Hurry.
Yes.
Your Highness, 3 years ago, I was fortunate enough to save your life and to be blessed by your favor by marrying into the palace. I'm already content, now that my time is near. It's all just fate. Please, Your Highness, don't grieve.
I won't let you die.
Your Highness.
Hurry.
Your Highness, Concubine, Linda's breathing is weak. She urgently needs a blood transfusion.
Dr. Sun, stop.
Tell me.
Please calm down, Concubine Linda. If I don't say, you'll die. Your Highness, the poison has entered Concubine Linda's lungs. I need to go back to the palace to get my special herbs and find someone close to her for a blood transfusion. The princess consort is Concubine Linda's older half-sister. She's perfect.
What a drama. Linda, if you want my blood, just say it. But my blood... Do you dare use it?
Lindsay, do you still think you are the former high and mighty princess consort of Northern Yan? I order you to give Linda your blood. How dare you refuse?
What if I refuse to comply? What can you do to me?
Insolent.
Your Highness. Sister has always been delicate. If she's unwilling, let it be.
Don't you want money to save that B-starred kid as long as you agree to come back to the palace with us and give Linda a blood transfusion? I can promise you that I'll return your dowry in full.
Your Highness, the medicinal primer has arrived. I'll go get Dr. Sun.
Go!
You really aren't sick. Linda, you know my blood has the lovesick threads poison, but you still want to exchange blood with me. What are you trying to do?
Her Highness's health is the prince's concern. It's none of your business.
You dare hit me.
So what if I hit you? You're nothing but a cast-off divorcee. You're not even as good as the servants outside the manor. Now, the entire prince's manor only has our royal concubine as its mistress, you little hussy who hooked up with your senior. Even if you were beaten to death, the prince wouldn't even bat an eye.
Mate, how can you talk to my sister like that? How rude. Sister hasn't even exchanged blood with me yet. How could I bear to let sister be beaten to death?
Shut up. The consort wants your blood. It's your blessing. You have to take it.
Sister, I accidentally cut it wrong. Let's do it again. Accidentally cut it wrong again. What should we do? Back then, sister was such a high-spirited person. All the women in the capital, no one could compare to you, let alone wanting your blood. I'm afraid even getting close to you wasn't easy.
If I weren't injured, just you.
So what if you were poisoned by lovesick threads? Does anyone know? Does the prince believe it? The prince is such an arrogant person. He only believes what he sees. That is, I personally detoxified him, and you are just a promiscuous woman seeing him poisoned. You hooked up with Felix.
Linda, it was me who brought you and your mother back to the Lynn mansion from the brothel. I treated you well.
Shut up. It seems I've been too lenient with you. I heard that if you cut here within a quarter of an hour, the person will bleed to death. Sister, do you want to try?
Stop. What happened? Tell me everything.
What happened? Can't you see?
Tell me. What's going on?
Your Highness, spare me. It was the princess. She wanted to kill the consort. The consort grabbed the knife in self-defense, just as your Highness arrived.
In my crippled state, how could I possibly kill her?
I've been wrongly accused, Your Highness. My sister said that. I'm of low birth. So, I'm unworthy of Your Highness, and unworthy of using her blood. The wounds on her hand are self-inflicted. Everything I said is true. If you don't believe me, then punish me.
Linda, get up. Back then, you risked your life to save mine. I trust you.
Your Highness, since when did you start believing everything without question? It was clearly Linda who tried to...
Linda? Linda? Where's Dr. Sun? Why isn't he here yet? Hurry.
Your Highness, the consort is in critical condition. She urgently needs a blood transfusion.
Then what are we waiting for? Take her blood.
You can take my blood, but please, Your Highness, don't forget to return my dowry.
Dr. Sun, take her blood. As for what you said, I'll keep my word. This is a down payment. I'm ordering you to give Linda your blood. How dare you refuse?
What if I flat out refuse? What can you do to me?
Don't you want money to save that B-starred kid? If you agree, I can promise you to return your dowry in full.
Your Highness?
Your Highness. Now that I've exchanged blood with Linda, I ask Your Highness to return my dowry and give me a divorce letter. From now on, my son and I will have nothing to do with the Northern Yan Mansion.
When you married into the palace, it was my father and mother who personally asked the emperor for the marriage. Now you want to leave. Shouldn't you ask for their opinion?
No, Your Highness. Your Highness, I beg you. I beg you to have mercy. Nolan really can't wait any longer.
Lindsay, take a good look. Since you entered the palace, my father and mother treated you like their own daughter. Ask them if they would easily let you go.
Your Highness. I, Lindsay, swear to heaven, the deaths of the old prince and princess have nothing to do with me.
Then tell me, why weren't you attending them when they were in the palace and mysteriously drowned?
I told you, I suddenly had a toxic outbreak and hid myself to meditate. When I came back, they were already...
What poison required you to hide and meditate? Speak. Otherwise, I'll have someone grab that B-starred kid. I will also let him taste the taste of drowning.
No, Your Highness, Nolan is innocent. Don't touch him, I'll tell. It's the poison of lovesick threads. This poison is unbearably painful and terrifying. I was afraid of startling them, so I...
You still dare to lie in front of their memorial tablets. Don't tell me you're trying to say that. 3 years ago, you helped me cure the lovesick threads poison, didn't you?
If I say... yes. What if I say... yes?
That batch Lindsay. What should I do if the prince finds out that I'm an imposter?
Don't worry, Your Highness. The poison has been neutralized. I'll go find my senior brother to detoxify me. We'll both be fine.
My prince, you're awake.
You saved me.
It was my duty, my prince. Don't mention it. As for my sister, I saw her rushing towards Felix's courtyard. I wonder if something urgent happened. No way. That fetch Lindsay must die tonight.
Lindsay? I once treasured you like a precious jewel, let alone shedding a single tear. Even the slightest frown from you would make my heart ache for you. But how could you do this to me? I was poisoned and injured. You were messing around with that adulterer. When my father and mother needed you the most, you abandoned them. How dare you have the audacity to cry?
You still don't believe me. That day I exchanged blood with you to detoxify you. My senior brother scolded me for being foolish, but I was only afraid of you finding out. I was afraid you would be upset if you knew. My senior brother administered acupuncture to detoxify me. But you accused me of having an affair with him. On the day you welcomed Linda into the manor, you drove me and my son away. I know. You haven't believed me for a long time.
The lovesick thread's poison I had was cured by Linda. I saw it with my own eyes. You and that Felix were in bed together. I saw that with my own eyes, too. How can you expect me to believe you? You want to leave the manor, then kneel before my father and mother for 3 days and 3 nights. Repent again.
No, Your Highness. Let me go back and save Nolan first. He really is your own son. You can't ignore his life.
How dare you mention that little beastard? Get out.
He's not a beastard. Your Highness, I was wrong. I'm willing to give my life. I beg you, save Nolan, Your Highness.
Your Highness, it's getting late. Let me attend to you. For bed.
She used to be terrified of thunder. Every time she got scared, she would curl up in a ball and burrow into my arms.
Sister is the legitimate daughter of the Lin family. She's been pampered since childhood, so she developed a fear of thunder. Whenever it's gloomy and raining, she forgets whether she's with a man or a woman and throws herself at anyone.
What are you implying?
Your Highness, I didn't mean to say that sister threw herself at other men because she liked them. She was just terrified.
Shut up.
With the thunder and rain, sister is alone in the Ancestral hall. She must be very scared. How about I bring her some hot tea?
Bring her nothing. Don't send her anything. It would be best if she died there.
Sister, you look quite pathetic tonight.
Linda, what are you doing here?
I'm here to kick you while you're down, and add insult to injury. Back then, when the prince married you, it was such a glorious occasion. Gongs and drums resounded, a grand wedding procession. You were the apple of your father's eye. In the blink of an eye, you became the most noble princess of the Northern Yan Mansion. It's a pity. Tonight, sister, you will die a miserable death here.
You're going to kill me.
The prince wants to kill you. He wants you to die in the Ancestral hall, but he doesn't want to do it himself. He's afraid of getting his hands dirty, so he asked me to do it. Sister, if you become a ghost, make sure you find the right person.
Linda, you impersonated me and became the prince's savior. But you don't know. The poison of the lovesick threads, once transferred to another person's body, there's no cure. Sooner or later, you'll be exposed.
Shut up. We're both daughters of the Lin family. Why can you get all the praise and flattery so easily without doing anything? But me, I do everything myself, but I'm always looked down upon. I'm not convinced. I will trample you under my feet and crush you into the dirt at all costs.
Why is this tea so hot?
Your Highness, please forgive me.
Working so hard? Your tea has gone cold. If the Princess Dowager sees this, she'll blame me for not taking good care of you.
Who would dare to blame you? I like cold tea.
You...
My princess, if you don't call my name, how will I know how much you miss me?
I've never mistreated you.
You're treating me like a placeholder. Why should I repay you for your little acts of kindness? Nonsense. I heard from the prince that you're most afraid of rainy days. If you suffocate to death on this rainy night, do you think the Prince will feel relieved seeing your struggling face?
No. Don't.
Lindsay. Lindsay. Lindsay.
Your Highness, why are you here?
Where's the princess?
Princess. Just now, the consort brought some hot soup and said we should go to the side hall to warm ourselves. But when we left, the ancestral hall door was clearly locked.
Linda.
Those poisoned by lovesick threads have dark bloodstains and silver thread-like impurities in their blood. They suffer an attack every full moon night. They have unbearable pain all over their body. They wish they were dead. It's a rather insidious poison. Quite terrifying. Let's drink.
Come. Go, get Dr. Sun. No, get Jonathan.
At this hour, summon Chief of the Imperial Academy of Medicine.
Just go.
Yes.
In front of their memorial tablets, you still dare to lie. Don't tell me you're going to say that. 3 years ago, you helped me detoxify the lovesick threads.
What if I say yes?
Could it be that she really detoxified me?
Sebastian, you better have something important to tell me.
The bloodstain is dark and has silvery impurities. Is this the poison of lovesick threads?
It really is the lovesick threads poison, but weren't you cured 3 years ago? Why has it recurred?
This is not my blood.
It is indeed strange. The books say this poison can only be transferred, but not cured, unless golden needles are used to draw blood to prolong the onset of the poison. But 3 years ago, you were poisoned and then suddenly recovered. I suspected that someone transferred the poison to someone else.
Linda cured me. She fell ill because of it, but there are no silvery impurities in her blood.
I told you. The poison suddenly acted up, and I went off alone to meditate. When I came back, they had already.
Could what Lindsay said be true? Who?
Fire, Your Highness! It's terrible. Fire. It was probably the lightning just now that struck a dead tree. A fire suddenly broke out in the concubine's courtyard. The fire is fierce. It's an emergency.
What? What? There's a fire. Hurry up and put it out. I'll go with you. Hurry, let's go.
Your Highness, don't go. Your Highness. Your Highness, don't go. Your Highness.
It's no use. They're gone.
Linda. His Highness already knows that it wasn't you who detoxified him. He'll know the truth soon.
Really, I think if you die here tonight, no one will ever know the truth. I'll kill you first, and kill that bee-starred kid. I'll take everything from you. This way, the one who inherits the Northern Yan Palace can only be me and His Highness's child.
Your Highness.
Hurry up, your house is on fire, don't you know?
Your Highness. Look back at me. Your Highness. Your Highness, thank goodness, you've returned safely.
I have returned triumphantly, but my princess didn't come out to greet me. It really makes me so sad.
I stood at the highest point of the city wall and shouted your name with all my might, but everyone around me was shouting your name too. I couldn't shout louder than all of them.
Then next time, you should call my name loudly.
How can I directly address Your Highness by name?
My princess. What's there to be afraid of? Everyone in the capital calls me Your Highness, my princess. If you don't call my name, how will I know how much you miss me?
Sebastian. Sebastian.
What's wrong, Your Highness?
Maybe I misheard. Let's go.
Bitch, how dare you address His Highness by name? Are you even worthy?
I am the princess consort. I am officially wedded to His Highness by imperial decree. So tell me, why am I not worthy? Even if I die, you will never be the princess consort.
Bitch, I was able to kill his parents. I can kill you too. And that little bastard, Nolan. Once you're all dead, His Highness will be mine alone.
What did you say? You killed them.
So what if I did? Bitch.
Your Highness.
Lindsay.
Your Highness, save me, Your Highness. Your Highness, save me, Your Highness.
Lindsay can swim. Linda.
Help me. Your Highness. Your Highness.
Linda, give me your hand. It's just a handkerchief. It's fine if it's lost. If something happens to you, what am I supposed to do?
But life is unpredictable. If one day I fall into this lake.
I'm here. How could you possibly fall into the lake? If there really is such a day, even if I risk my life, I will definitely save you.
Then, what if I and Mr. Jonathan fall into this lake at the same time?
I'll save you, of course.
What if it's Eric, or your cousin from the countryside?
No matter who you fall into the water with, I will only save you.
Sebastian, you clearly said you would save me. Your Highness, how could you betray me again and again?
Your Highness, she has sunk.
Save me, Your Highness, Your Highness.
Lindsay,
Your Highness. Your Highness. Save me.
Your Highness, don't panic.
Your Highness.
I'll save you. Your Highness.
Jonathan, come and save her.
There's another one here.
Come here.
Thank heavens. I almost never saw you again, Your Highness.
You and Lindsay, why are you here? What happened just now?
Just now. I saw the heavy rain. So I went to the Ancestral Hall to see my sister. I was afraid she would be scared. As soon as I got there, she was trying to run away. She said she was going to find Mr. Felix. And then I immediately tried to stop her, but she refused to listen. She pushed me. And then I chased her to the lake. When I saw Your Highness, I couldn't help but shout. When she saw that she was exposed, she wanted to kill me. If Your Highness hadn't arrived in time, I'm afraid...
You said you were calling me just now.
Your Highness, she's lying. Lindsay's pulse is extremely weak. She has no strength to attack anyone in this condition. It's ridiculous.
I am frail. Sister has been trained by masters since childhood. She's skilled in both medicine and martial arts. I have always been the one getting beaten.
How is Lindsay?
Terminally ill. Her condition is critical.
Explain yourself. What exactly happened to her?
The lovesick threads.
Your Highness.
But I'm still not entirely sure. The princess's pulse is too weak now. I need to take her blood and go to the clinic for further examination.
If it really is the lovesick threads.
If it really is the lovesick threads, then congratulations, Your Highness. You can make the concubine, your new princess.
What did you say?
Your Highness, we both know. The lovesick threads attacks will get more and more intense each time until it kills you with pain. If it was really the princess who cured you, based on the timeline, she is now terminally ill and beyond saving.
Dr. Jonathan, so you mean...
If Her Highness was indeed poisoned by lovesick threads, she will die by the full moon at most.
No. Lindsay cannot be poisoned. Because back then, it was Linda who cured me.
I wonder what kind of miraculous cure concubine Linda used to cure His Highness without any after effects.
I have been living away from home with my mother since little. I happened to meet a master. He taught me a blood exchange detoxification method. Linda dared to try it on Your Highness. It actually worked. If Dr. Jonathan doesn't believe me, there's nothing I can do. However, I have no grievance against you. Why do you always defend my sister, but target me with every word?
What do you mean?
Before my sister was married, she was quite famous. Many noblemen admired her and wrote her letters. If I remember correctly, you were one of them.
I never even met her. Fine. If Your Highness don't trust me, then find someone else to treat the princess.
Your Highness, did I say something wrong?
All right. You're tired. Go back and rest.
Your Highness,
Send someone to bring Nolan back to the manor. Have Dr. Sun examine him.
that batch Lindsay is on death's door, and she still dared to cause me trouble.
What if His Highness confirms that she was poisoned with lovesick threads?
His Highness won't find out. Do you remember what I told you to do?
Nolan is in my room. I've poisoned him. There are no visible symptoms. If necessary, with a little push, it will take effect.
Lindsay back then, to show off your knowledge and gain a good reputation. You personally taught me how to read and write. You must never have thought that this handwriting would one day become a sword against you. And this letter. I don't care how you do it, but you must deliver this to Felix within 3 days.
All right.
Mother, you're awake.
Nolan. How is your illness?
Father sent someone to bring me here. He had Dr. Sun treat my illness.
Really? That's great. That's wonderful.
Mother, has Father forgiven us? Are we going back to the palace?
Nolan, remember this. Mother did nothing wrong. And neither did you. Father is just being misled by someone with ill intention. The truth will come out one day. Nolan. What are you doing?
Father, I kneel before you, Father, with but one plea. I only hope you will investigate the truth and clear my mother's name. Even if I die, I will have no regrets.
Nolan, don't speak such reckless words.
Father, do you remember the 3 wishes I made on my last birthday feast?
Today is your birthday feast. What gifts do you want? Every treasure here is priceless. If you like them all, you can have them all.
Father, I don't want any of these for my birthday. I only have 3 wishes.
Tell me about them.
My first wish is to be a shield, just like you, Father, to protect the people of the country. My second wish is to be strong and healthy, so I can serve you and Mother for a long time. As for my third wish, I haven't thought of it yet.
Don't misunderstand, Your Highness. Such manly aspirations. I, a woman confined to the inner chambers, couldn't have taught him that.
Good. I'll grant your wishes. As long as it's within my power, I will do my best to help you achieve them. Of course I remember.
On that birthday feast, you promised me 3 wishes. Now, I still don't want anything. I only ask that you discern right from wrong. Don't readily believe a scheming person. Clear my mother's name.
Who are you implying the scheming person is? Do you know who you are now?
Your Highness, let go, Your Highness.
No matter who I am, in your eyes, I have always been me. But you're different from the one who loved and protected me before. Are all of these me and my mother's fault?
Nolan, how dare you question me?
Sebastian, let go. He can't breathe. Let go. Let go of Nolan.
Do you want to kill me?
Sebastian, whether you believe it or not, Nolan is our child. This is an undeniable fact. I just hope you don't do anything you'll regret. I certainly don't want to kill you. But Nolan is also my life. I beg you to let him go. Whatever grudges you have, come at me. After all, it's just my life. I'll give it back to you.
No. Father, back then, our family of 3 were so happy together. Do you really not remember any of it? Do you really want to force Mother to death?
You're only 20 years old. Why do you have white hair?
How can a dying person not have white hair? Don't worry about it, Your Highness.
Why have we come to this? Nolan, I'm willing to give you and your mother one last chance. Will you take it?
Junior sister, Nolan, are you alright?
Senior brother, why are you here?
If I hadn't received your letter, I wouldn't have known Sebastian was such a jerk. Don't worry, junior sister. Today I will teach him a good lesson for you.
Hey, senior brother, you said I wrote you a letter. What letter? I didn't write to you.
Very good. Your family of 3 are so happy together. It's laughable that I was still thinking of reconciliation and living in perfect harmony.
Sebastian, are you crazy?
Your Highness, this is a trick.
Lindsay, do you even know whose wife you are or whose princess consort you are?
All correspondence in the manor is handled and inspected by the steward. Whether my senior brother and I have exchanged letters, Your Highness can find out with one check.
Sister, stop pretending. Everyone knows Steward Wayne is your man. Besides, whether or not a letter was received, Felix is the one who knows best.
This handwriting. No, Your Highness.
Lindsay, stop making excuses. I'm so disappointed in you. Someone drag the princess consort down and cane her.
Father, you just promised me not to readily believe someone with ill intentions and not to wrongly accuse Mother.
You little rascal, you dare to plead for her.
Nolan.
Junior sister, could it be that your poison acted up early? Sebastian, you really are an ungrateful wretch. My junior sister, in order to save you, sacrificed her own life. But this is how you repay her. You're heartless and incurable.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? 3 years ago, my junior sister exchanged blood with you to save you, transferring the lovesick thread's poison into her own body. This is how you repay her.
Your Highness, he's going to attack you. Watch out.
Linda?
Your Highness, don't worry about me. Run.
Felix, you're going too far.
Your Highness, Linda is faking it. Senior brother didn't even touch her.
Get lost.
Junior sister's poison is acting up. If we don't save her, she'll die.
I won't believe a word from you despicable couple anymore.
His Highness is out of control. Go.
No, you're poison.
Go.
This is crazy.
Lindsay, do you really think I wouldn't dare kill you?
I am just a cripple now. Whether Your Highness kills me or cuts me, I'll accept my fate.
Lindsay?
Mother,
Nolan. Nolan, don't be afraid. Mother's okay.
Your Highness.
Someone, take them down and lock them up. Without my permission. No visits.
Yes.
Nolan. Nolan, are you all right?
I'm fine, Mother. Don't worry.
Congratulations, sister. You finally got what you wanted. Filthy betch like you should stay in this dark, damp, and sunless place to rot and stink.
Don't insult my mother.
Who are you? How dare you stand in her ladyship's way?
And who are you? How dare you touch my Nolan?
Betch, you dare hit me. Let go.
Your ladyship.
Let go of my mother.
Go away.
Nolan.
Let go of my mother.
Nolan. Nolan, if anything happens to him, His Highness will not spare you.
You dare threaten Her Highness. I'll stab you to death.
You think, if he really cared about you and your son, would he lock you up here like this? May, the last person he locked up here, how did they die?
Your Highness, every bone in their body was broken. They suffered here for 3 whole days before they died.
So, how long do you think you bitch will last?
Linda, if you have the guts, just kill me. Don't bluff here.
Lindsay, you'll soon find out what happens to those who offend me. May, let's go.
Nolan. 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 Are you all right? Nolan. 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 Nolan, are you all right? Nolan.
Beach, this is what you get for offending me. How can we trigger the Beastard's poison?
Just put him in a damp environment and frighten him. It'll easily take hold. After the poison takes hold, he'll lose consciousness and have a high fever. It's easy to mistake it for a febrile seizure. He will die without a sound.
Why is he so hot? Didn't Dr. Sun say he had cured you? Nolan. Nolan, wake up.
Lindsay, you'll soon know what happens when you offend me.
Linda. How dare you? Nolan. Nolan, wake up. Don't fall asleep. Someone come quickly. Quickly get me a doctor. Please save my Nolan. Somebody.
It's not time for dinner yet. What's all the yelling?
Nolan has been poisoned. I beg you to find a doctor, please.
I don't care who you were before or what your relationship with the prince was. Now that the prince has sent you to the dungeon, you are under my control. You want to find a doctor, dream on.
Nolan is the prince's only son. He is the only heir to the throne. If anything happens to him, the prince will not spare you.
Don't try to scare me. Concubine gave orders before she left. No matter what happens in this room, even if this little Beastard dies, I'm not allowed to open the door. I've been merciful enough. However, if your highness is willing to make a sacrifice, maybe after I've had my fun, I might give your son some medicine. What do you say? Everyone knows you dare cheat on the prince behind his back. Is this your attitude now? Are you looking down on me? Let me tell you, I'm the boss here. If you don't obey me, your little beastard's life will be at stake.
Okay.
Truly a shameless slut. Now let me have a taste of the princess.
Nolan, don't be afraid. Mother will be right back to save you.
Your Highness, I've sent the guards away. This is Mr. Jonathan's address. Time is of the essence. Only by inviting him here can the young prince be saved. Don't worry, I'll try my best to stall the prince.
Thank you. I'll be back soon.
Go.
Releasing the prisoner without authorization. Steward Wayne, have you been at the Northern Yan Palace for too long and want to retire early?
Your Highness, forgive me.
It has nothing to do with Steward Wayne. Even without his help, I would have escaped the palace.
Very well. Should I also praise you for your bravery? Lindsay, do you really think I wouldn't dare do anything to you?
Nolan is poisoned. I can't tell what kind of poison it is. His life is in danger.
How long are you going to use Nolan as an excuse? Dr. Sun said he was not sick at all.
Dr. Sun is lying to you. He conspired with Linda. They are the ones who poisoned Nolan. I know whatever I say. Your Highness won't believe me. Please move aside. I need to save Nolan.
Felix, Jonathan, Lindsay, can't you live without a man?
What are you talking about?
All these years, you and I have been respectful to each other. It must have been hard on you. I wonder what these men are like in bed. How do they compare with me?
Your Highness, run. Get lost.
You're awake.
What do you mean by this?
A luxurious bed, fine wine and delicacies. Isn't this the life you were most satisfied with when you were the princess?
What have you done to Steward Wayne and Nolan?
You've asked about everyone, but you haven't asked me a single word.
Sebastian, you're drunk. Let me go.
Let you go, and you'll leave for good. You'll never see me again, right? Why won't you look at me? Why won't you look me in the eye?
Because every time I look at you, the prince I once knew dies a little more.
What did you say?
What did you say?
Your Highness, please spare me. It was that wretch Lindsay. She took me by surprise. She didn't even care about that wretch and just ran away.
You be-starred. She must have gone to find the prince. Mate, no, we have to go.
What about that wretch?
The poisoning of Nolan must not be exposed. Find Dr. Sun. Tell him to go to the dungeon and clean up the mess.
Yes.
I am just here. It's your heart that has changed.
Yes, I've changed. My heart is dying bit by bit. Your Highness, I beg you, let me go. Let yourself go, too. Okay.
Let you go. In your dreams.
Sebastian, are you crazy?
Now even my touch disgusts you so much. Why can't I?
Sebastian, don't force me to hate you.
We once made sacred vows. Lindsay, have you really forgotten?
Sebastian, if Nolan's treatment is delayed because of you, even if I stay in the manor, I will only have one purpose, which is to kill you.
Kill me. Then you can try. Lindsay, it doesn't matter if you've changed your heart. I will help you remember with my body.
Let go.
I allow you to continue being my wife. Lindsay, we will have our own children.
Your Highness. What is sister doing here? I'm reckless.
What is it?
Dr. Sun said, I am 3 months pregnant.
Is this true?
I wouldn't dare deceive Your Highness. It must have been that night. Your Highness, you're seriously injured and just recovered from poisoning. You absolutely cannot drink anymore.
Lindsay, I've been true to you. How dare you betray me?
Your Highness.
Congratulations on Your Highness's new son. The royal lineage is now secured. Please let me go.
She has no reaction at all. Lindsay, do you really have no feelings for me at all?
Why does sister want to leave? I heard everything went smoothly when you gave birth to the young prince. I wanted to ask you for advice.
A mere dungeon sinner. If you want, take her to chambers and train her to help you with your pregnancy.
Lindsay, you'll be poisoned in a month. As long as I keep you by my side, I can push all the blame onto you. You just rest assured and die with all your grievances.
Kneel before Her Highness.
Whether you're a prisoner or a servant in this manner, there's never been a custom of kneeling.
Her Highness is the custom. You little beach, you dare talk back. You...
All right. May, did you take care of it?
Don't worry, Your Highness. Today's letter has been sent.
Letter. This is evidence of the old princess's death.
Your Highness. Your Highness. Your Highness. Wake up and take your medicine.
This medicine is too bitter. If I don't drink it for a day, His Highness won't find out.
Oh, just drink it.
Who? Lindsay, catch her. Speak. You sneaked into my room in the middle of the night. What are you up to?
I'm here to find my hairpin.
Nonsense. Just for a broken hairpin. Do you think I'd believe that? Tell me the truth. What do you know? If you don't confess, I'll destroy your eyes.
Then Dr. Sun sneaked into your room in the middle of the night? What was he up to?
I came to check on Her Highness's pregnancy.
Stop changing the subject. Today, His Highness is conducting his routine treasury inspection. I have plenty of ways to deal with you slowly. Tonight will be a very, very long night.
Your Highness, this year's treasury inventory is complete. Oh, right. This is the newly tributed rare treasure, Kunshan Snow Ginseng. It can delay all poisons and bring the dead back to life.
What are you trying to say?
Your Highness, since that day, have you done anything to the princess?
Do you think I didn't kick you hard enough that day?
I am old and has nothing to lose, but Her Highness has been getting weaker lately. Please have mercy on her.
At most a month. She will die.
If she really was poisoned,
Your Highness, you made such a mess if His Highness finds out.
Lindsay. 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 How are you doing? Lindsay.
Your Highness, please listen to my explanation.
Could this be the legendary, life-restoring Kunlun Snow Ginseng?
Linda, I used to think you were kind and too scared to even see blood.
She started bleeding all of a sudden. Yes, she barged into my room today to kill me. Dr. Sun had to restrain her to save me.
Lindsay, how are you feeling? Are you experiencing excruciating pain throughout your body and reverse blood flow? Or are you feeling extremely cold all over and joint contortion?
These are the after effects of the lovesick threads poison.
Your Highness, the Princess Consort's blood test results are finally back. Your Highness, the Princess Consort's blood test results are finally out. What's going on?
Aren't the results out? Out with it.
No poison. The test results show the blood sample contains no trace of lovesick threads.
Careful, Mr. Jonathan.
It's all right. This is the Princess Consort's blood sample. If it spills, that lunatic Sebastian will have my head. Thanks.
Really?
When have I ever lied to you? I came here as soon as the results were out, rushed right over. Instead of appreciating my hard work, you're questioning me.
What am I even expecting? Lindsay, you lied to me again. What happened tonight? Reflect on your actions and never speak of it again.
Take this woman and lock her in the woodshed.
Yes.
This manor doesn't keep idlers. Make her do the servant's chores.
Junior sister, are you all right? I'll go kill Sebastian right now.
Senior brother, I've been poisoned by the lovesick threads, and I won't live much longer. Senior brother, I implore you to take Nolan away from the palace. The rest, I will end it myself.
I came here this time for this very reason. I've searched the world and found an ancient scroll. It says that the lovesick threads is not incurable.
Though the lovesick threads brings living death, one can find life in death.
The text in the ancient scroll is obscure and difficult. I'm afraid of misinterpreting it, so I brought it directly to you.
Perhaps it means only by truly dying can one find a way out. Senior brother, I'm at my wit's end. The next time the lovesick threads poison flares up will be my death. I want to trigger the poison in advance and fake my death.
Have you thought it through? If the antidote is wrong, or if the ancient scroll is wrong, you will surely die.
My mind is made up. Please help me, senior brother.
Your Highness. Are you crazy? If May finds out, she'll beat you to death. Her Highness the Princess used to treat us so well. His Highness is so cruel. He only hears the new wife laugh, never hears the old wife cry, now that the secondary consort is showing. I'm afraid she'll soon be promoted. Our good days are probably over.
Mother?
Nolan, how are you?
Dr. Jonathan kindly treated me. I'm fine now, but I miss you, Mother. I can't sleep at night. I've asked to see Father several times, but he won't see me.
I'm afraid in his heart, he no longer sees you as his child.
Mother, the world is so big. There must be somewhere we can go. I can't bear to see you suffer, Mother. Why don't we leave soon?
Nolan, is that really what you think?
Yes.
Nolan, Mother has one last thing to do. Wait for me a little longer. Soon.
My medicine can only last for 1 more month at most. After that, if I can't maintain the signs of a false pregnancy and it arouses His Highness's suspicion and he finds another doctor to examine you, it will definitely be exposed.
His Highness will never find out. This fake pregnancy. I'll make the most of it.
Linda. May said you were looking for me. What's the matter?
Why hasn't His Highness visited me much lately? Have I been neglecting my duties recently, making me feel I haven't served you well? I apologize.
You are pregnant. There's no need to stand up.
Your Highness, I've been experiencing severe morning sickness lately. I'm worried it might harm the baby. I was thinking of holding a prayer banquet in the manor to bless the child.
All right then. Anything for you and the child? Even the moon in the sky. I will pluck it down for you.
Your Highness, Sister is still here. Saying such things might upset her.
Just a servant. Why bother with her?
I heard the king of Northern Yan favors his concubine and neglects his wife. The princess is now a servant in the manor. I wonder if it's true.
I think it probably is. Have you ever seen anyone hold a prayer banquet for a concubine's child?
This princess was once a renowned lady in the capital. Such a pity.
The consort has arrived.
Is the fabric on her ladyship the shoe brocade? The palace only received 2 bolts of shoe brocade this year.
More than that. Look at her ladyship's jewelry. That's a 19-piece set of gold-inlaid jade guanyin manchi jiao head ornaments.
What gold-inlaid jade guanyin manchi jiao head ornaments? Those were bestowed by the Empress Dowager. Could it be that the secondary consort is about to be promoted?
Thank you all, ladies, for coming to this appreciation banquet today. Today's vegetarian meal was prepared by the esteemed monks of Fahua Temple. Please, ladies, don't hold back.
Come, eat, please. Her ladyship hasn't touched her chopsticks. Is it a loss of appetite due to pregnancy?
The child is being naughty. Please pardon me, ladies. I have no appetite today. Only after drinking the sour plum soup, personally fetched and prepared by my sister, will I feel some relief.
Sister, could that maid be the princess?
The secondary consort is dressed in finery, while the princess wears servant's clothes and performs a servant's duty. What a sight to behold.
Lindsay, you too have a day when you're crushed beneath my feet. Do it. Lindsay, next, I'll let you taste utter ruin. My stomach hurts so much. My baby.
Bitch, how dare you block the side consort's path? This is what you get.
My child, Your Highness.
Your Highness, please forgive me. I'm incompetent. The side consort's child is gone.
What? What was the cause?
It must be due to ingesting safflower powder, which can induce miscarriage. This substance is dark red and has a sour smell, just like this soup.
That bowl of sour plum soup, wasn't it personally delivered by the princess consort?
So there's trouble in the inner court. Your Highness, please investigate this matter thoroughly. It has nothing to do with us.
Your Highness, since I became pregnant, I've been extremely careful with my food and drink. If May hadn't tasted it first, I wouldn't have dared to take a sip. Except for the sour plum soup my sister sent.
Lindsay, someone bring that bitch to me.
Side consort, the princess consort, she jumped into the well. She said she's taking your child with her. She went happily.
It really was my sister. How could she? That was Your Highness's own child.
You're lying. That woman has done so many evil things. How could she be dead? I don't believe it. I want to see her alive, or see her body. Go and bring that woman to me.
Don't bother. I'm right here. Don't bother. I'm right here.
This, back from the dead.
Nonsense. The princess consort has a shadow. She's not dead at all.
Lindsay.
Consort, Your Highness, consort fainted.
Linda, are you all right? Linda lost her child because of this woman, and I almost lost my composure. Dr. Sun has confirmed that this soup does contain safflower. Lindsay, what else do you have to say?
Linda, stop pretending. You were never pregnant.
Lindsay, what nonsense are you talking about?
Linda, first you used the Metong flower water that Dr. Sun gave you to fake a pregnancy and kept me by your side to humiliate me. Now that the months have passed, you can't hide it anymore. So you want to use me to get rid of this obstacle completely. You've really played your cards well.
Is what she said true?
Your Highness, I've been wrong. There's no such thing as Metong flower water. I've never even heard of it.
Sister, even if you're jealous of me for having His Highness's favor, you can't falsely accuse me like this.
This is the Metong flower residue dug up from outside your room. You were too anxious and too scared. That last time, you didn't even dare to dispose of the residue far away. Finally, I found the evidence.
Your Highness, I didn't do it. You have to stand up for me.
I knew you would make excuses. I knew you'd make excuses.
Felix, you dare to come here.
I didn't abandon my wife for a concubine. Ungrateful. Why wouldn't I dare?
You're courting death.
Your Highness, Don't be hasty. Everything that happened tonight will be settled.
Who is this person?
The most notorious black market vendor in South City. As long as you pay, he can get anything. Harmful things can't be bought openly. Everything Dr. Sun needed, he bought from him.
My lords, I just took the money and did the job, what he wanted to do. I really don't know anything.
Look closely. Did this person buy Meitong flowers from you?
Yes, it was him. Not just Meitong flowers, but also a lot of poisons. He bought them all from me. I also have a ledger. Every transaction is recorded.
Presumably among them are the poisons used to harm Nolan, Dr. Sun, the other poisons. Where did you use them?
You're talking nonsense. I'm a doctor who saves lives. What flowers? What poison? I've never touched them. Don't try to frame me with a fabricated ledger and tarnish my reputation.
Felix, what else do you have to say?
Sebastian, the evidence and witnesses are all here. How long are you going to be blind to the truth?
Lindsay, Felix, you two despicable lovebirds. Why should I believe you?
Your Highness, you have humiliated my daughter. I wonder if I'm qualified to say a few words.
Father-in-law, mother-in-law.
Mother.
My child, the palace doesn't want you. You can come home. You're hiding everything from us like this. If we find out, won't it hurt even more?
The prince, initially, did everything he could to marry my daughter. But now you humiliate her in every way. I wonder if I can assume that the prince is slapping yourself in the face, slapping the palace in the face.
Father-in-law, be careful what you say. It was Lindsay, and that Felix, who had an affair first. And now, she tried to harm Linda's unborn child. I haven't killed her yet, which is already showing mercy.
This is too much. Felix and Lindsay grew up together. If they had an affair, would it have been your turn?
You.
Lindsay, let's go. Come home with Mother. Mother will take you to see the Emperor tomorrow and request a divorce.
Stepmother is still so arrogant. No wonder. Sister doesn't even respect the prince and dares to openly have an affair in the palace.
The princess had an affair. No wonder the prince made her a maid in the palace to serve the concubine.
So it seems the prince is merciful to have spared her life.
A woman like this deserves to be drowned in a pig cage.
You all.
Linda, you keep saying I had an affair. Do you have any proof?
The prince and I saw it with our own eyes. Sister, do you still want to deny it?
Your Highness, did you really see it with your own eyes? That I and senior brother were doing something improper? Or was it just an incomplete and biased observation? 3 years ago, to cure the lovesick threads in your body, I slit my wrist and exchanged blood with you. Your Highness, you can look at the scar on my right wrist and the one on my left wrist to see if they match. Lovesick threads is extremely potent. Once it enters the body, it causes severe chest pain and reverse blood flow, ultimately leading to unconsciousness. So what Your Highness saw that day wasn't an affair. It was just senior brother helping me suppress the poison.
Impossible. Absolutely impossible. It was clearly Linda who saved me with her blood transfusion.
Those poisoned by lovesick threads, because of prolonged exposure to the poison, the wound simply won't heal. Because the wound is connected to the blood vessels. Linda, you keep saying that you saved the prince. Where is the scar on your hand?
Your Highness, you can't believe her. When I performed the blood transfusion to detoxify you, you personally bandaged my wound. Have you forgotten?
Then tell me, where is your scar from the blood transfusion?
I can prove that the one who saved your life wasn't Linda, but the princess. Sebastian, that day I found that the princess had no trace of lovesick threads. So I thought something was fishy. So when I returned to the residence last time, I secretly took another blood sample, and as expected, it contained lovesick threads poison.
What did you say? So it really was Lindsay who saved me.
After the princess detoxified you, she would immediately suffer the intense pain caused by lovesick threads. There's no way she could have had an affair with Felix. It's most likely that she went to Felix to suppress the poison. This woman, on the other hand, not only took credit for the detoxification, but also misled you into misunderstanding the princess and Felix.
Finally, someone with a brain.
Anything else you want to say?
I don't know. Your Highness, I don't know. I'm innocent. It's them. They conspired to put on this act, to frame me, Your Highness.
Innocent? Linda, your hands are stained with the blood of the old prince and the old princess. You're innocent.
What do you mean?
This is what I found in Linda's room. Her correspondence with Dr. Sun, their exchange of letters. This letter details exactly how she murdered the old prince and princess in black and white, crystal clear.
Taking credit for the antidote, and faking a pregnancy to deceive me, and faking a miscarriage to frame Lindsay, even killed my parents. Linda, you vicious woman. I'll kill you today to avenge my parents.
Trying to run.
Hey, hero. I've given the testimony you asked for. I've confessed everything. Just let me go.
Aiding and abetting evil, disregarding human life. You think you can just run away.
Nobody move. Back up, back up.
Let go of Lindsay. Linda, what are you doing?
Let go of my junior sister.
Things have come to this. Winner takes all. I, Linda, have nothing to say. Let me go, or I'll kill her.
Linda, you killed me. You won't escape either. You've done so much evil. Today is just your karma.
What right do you have to say that about me?
Linda, what are you doing?
You think you and Sebastian ended up like this because of me? Wrong. It's because you two are stupid.
Linda, shut up.
Sebastian, you think you're decisive, that everything is under your control. Let me tell you, you're wrong. You're just a fool played by me. A wimp who can't even see his own heart. Wimp.
Fire, fire.
Fire. Hurry up and put out the fire.
Go, 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 go.
Linda, calm down.
Butch, shut up.
As long as you let Lindsay go, I can let you go.
Then hurry up and prepare a horse for me.
Linda, you're wrong. It's not Sebastian who won't let you go today. It's me.
Lindsay, what are you doing? Are you crazy?
Linda, I used to treat you like my own sister, but you slandered me, bullied me, betrayed me. Today we'll settle the score. Revenge. This is fate. Let's die together.
Lindsay, hold on tight. I'll pull you up.
Your Highness, all the past is like flowing water. With me gone, past love and hate are all forgiven. If there's a next life, we'll never meet again.
Lindsay, what are you doing? Lindsay, don't let go. Lindsay, no. No. Lindsay, no. Lindsay, let me go. Lindsay.
Sebastian, are you crazy? You are the king of Northern Yan. If something happens to you, are you going to let the princess be accused of murdering a royal family member again?
Jonathan, let me go. She must still be alive. Butler, where's the butler? Why hasn't the fire been put out?
Sebastian, look closely. The fire is so intense. The princess made sure to jump right into the center. She's determined to die. Even if we put out the fire now, it's too late.
No, I don't believe it. Let me go.
Are you satisfied? If you're satisfied, stop acting crazy. Let my daughter rest in peace and never appear in her life again.
Father, please spare my mother.
Nolan, Why are you doing this?
I've knelt before you countless times, begging you to save her, but you never listened.
I was wrong.
Lindsay's lovesick threads has already deeply infiltrated her lungs when Felix came to find us. He told me the news, that she doesn't have much time left. Your Majesty, if you have any conscience, please let Nolan come back to the Lynn Mansion with me. This is Lindsay's last wish.
Lindsay's last wish. Without me.
Didn't my junior sister just tell you? There's a next life. You'll never meet again. Sebastian, have you forgotten?
Sebastian. Sebastian. Somebody help.
Your Highness. Oh dear. Your Highness. Dr. Jonathan said, you can't get out of bed now.
Where's Lindsay? How is Lindsay?
The fire was too fierce. We tried our best. We could only recover some remains.
Loser.
They're not losers, but you will be soon. You're overwhelmed with grief. If you leave it untreated, it will damage your internal organs. Come. Drink the medicine.
I won't. I'm going to find her.
Sebastian, calm down. Do you think she still cares about you? She's dead. No matter how much you torture yourself, she can't see it anymore. It's useless.
Your Highness, please take care of yourself. Now that the princess is gone, you must not make any more mistakes. Otherwise, this old servant will have failed the old prince. And the old princess?
Your Highness, go and get the medicine.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Jonathan, for letting you see me like this.
I know you're hurting, but you can't go on like this.
I know. I know. But I realized it too late.
I had an agreement with the head butler before. White cloth represents failure, red cloth represents success. Receiving the red cloth message so soon, it seems Sebastian doesn't suspect anything. Our plan is a success.
Great.
Junior sister.
Thank heavens. I can still see you again.
I'm sorry. The North Yan Palace is heavily guarded, and Sebastian commands an army of 100,000. If I took you away rashly, he would definitely pursue us relentlessly, helplessly. I could only use this method.
I'm eternally grateful to you for risking your life to rescue Nolan and me. I'm deeply indebted to you.
Mother, Nolan will never let Mother suffer again. From now on, Nolan will protect you.
Good. From now on, Mother, we'll follow Nolan. We, mother and son, will never be separated again.
Hey, how could you forget about me? I'll be sponging off. Junior sister often from now on. You can't refuse me.
Sponging off. Why does Uncle Felix want us to hit him?
Junior sister, there's more good news. A blessing in disguise. The lovesick threads in your body has been cured.
I didn't expect what the ancient texts said was true.
But this method is truly dangerous. If it weren't for you personally agreeing, I would never have resolved to help you.
Back from the dead. Now that my past is completely severed, why wouldn't it be considered a new lease on life?
Just say it if you want to die. So much good wine in the prince's mansion has been wasted by you.
Minister Jonathan, lately, the prince has been like this. The whole mansion is in chaos. Minister Jonathan, please advise the prince.
I'll try my best.
Get out. I don't want to hear anything.
The news that the princess might still be alive. You don't want to hear that either. Fine, I'll leave.
Come back. What did you say?
I'm not sure either. Don't get excited.
Explain yourself. Lindsay is still alive. What happened?
That day, the princess... That day, weren't you? Stopped by various people and didn't see the princess's body yourself. I carefully recalled that day. I don't know when. That wandering swordsman, Felix, disappeared. Think about it. His junior sister died, but he didn't fight you to the death. Instead, he ran away. That doesn't make sense.
That day, Nolan was in the corridor and stopped me. Later, Steward Wayne collected Lindsay's body.
I suspect they conspired to deceive you. The princess faked her death and took the young prince with her.
Lindsay isn't dead. Heaven has mercy. I still have a chance to make amends.
But I suspect the steward should know about this. So I waited for him to leave before quietly telling you.
Lindsay, as long as there's a glimmer of hope, even if I have to search high and low, I will definitely find you.
I've stayed here too long. My sect has summoned me. I should return.
Don't worry, senior brother. My body has almost fully recovered recently. Steward Wayne hasn't relayed any unusual news. Don't worry, Nolan and I will be fine.
I also want to go with Uncle Felix to wander the world.
Give it another 10 years.
Nolan, didn't you say you would protect Mother? What will Mother do if you leave?
Hey, that new young wife is really pretty.
She even has such a big kid. You still have the guts for her?
You know nothing. This kind of young wife is the most flavorful. Hey, I think her husband is going on a long trip. Why don't we sneak into this house tonight and take this beautiful young wife?
Who are you?
Anyone who dares to disrespect Lindsay deserves to die. Lindsay, so you're not dead.
This is my home. Please don't cause any trouble. Leave now.
Oh, madam, please spare my life. We were just passing by. This man suddenly attacked us with his sword. My second brother had his tongue cut off by him. He's a madman.
Yes, a madman.
I didn't cause any trouble. They were disrespectful to you, so I taught them a lesson. Lindsay.
Enough, Sebastian. I'm telling you one last time. I've already died once. From now on, I have nothing to do with your King of Northern Yan mansion. I don't need any of your charity or handouts. I only ask that you don't bother me and Nolan again.
I didn't bother you, and I didn't want to take you back to the manor.
I will protect Mother. I won't let you bully her again. Go away.
Nolan, I won't bully your mother again. Please give Father a chance. Okay.
Nolan, you go back first. Your Highness, why are you doing this? This is not where you should be. Please go back.
Lindsay, wherever you are, I'll be there. Whatever you need, I'll have someone send it to you. If anyone bullies you, I will definitely stand up for you. Please don't send me away. I really know I was wrong.
It's too late, Sebastian.
Lindsay, listen to me. Lindsay, listen to my explanation. Lindsay, I know you're angry. This is all my fault. You can do anything to me. Hit me, scold me, even kill me. I'm willing to accept it. But you can't. You can't abandon me.
You're the one who forced me to fake my death and flee the manor. What are you doing here? Sebastian, do you still want to drive me to death again?
No, I'm not like that. Don't worry, Lindsay. I'll leave now. But those scoundrels just now are definitely not good people. Now that Felix is not here, you and Nolan need to be more careful.
We suffered a loss last time. Today we must help our second brother get revenge. Listen to my instructions.
Okay.
Go.
Go.
Kill. Where is she? Where is she? Where is that badge? You badge dared to trick me, go. Don't move! Don't move. Didn't expect you, little lady, to be such a tough one, but that's even better. It'll make it more fun for us later.
Let Nolan go, or don't blame me for being rude.
If you want me to let this brat go, you take your clothes off first, and then call that stinky man over here and tell him to kneel down and apologize to my little brother.
Lindsay, Nolan, are you guys all right? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I also didn't check the room.
This is an emergency. Why are you still wasting time talking?
Right.
Don't come over here.
Sebastian, don't kill him.
This? Go quickly.
Sebastian. Nolan, quickly find a cloth. Sebastian, how are you?
Lindsay, I'm fine.
Why didn't you dodge just now? Are you crazy?
This is all my fault. I owe you my life. Whenever you want it, I'm sorry. It's me. I didn't protect you.
This is the countryside. The wound has penetrated deep into the lungs. It definitely can't be cured. I'll stop the bleeding for you first. Nolan, pack your bags. Take the prince back to the residence for treatment.
Yes, Mother.
Leo, I told you to save our brother, not to drag him down with you. You stabbed so deep. What if you killed him?
I'm not the crazy one. I only poked him slightly. It was that man. He held my hand and stabbed himself. He himself wanted to kill himself.
Come on, let's go, quick.
He was only gone for half a month. How did he end up like this? Thanks to your highness's timely rescue, I'll treat him right away. Please hold him down for me, your highness.
I've brought him back. The rest, Officer Jonathan, please take care of it yourself. I have nothing to do with the King of Northern Yan's residence anymore. Officer Jonathan, please don't address me incorrectly.
Stop pretending. They're all gone. I knew the moment I saw it. This wound, you probably did it yourself. You're here acting like you're dying, but she doesn't even acknowledge herself as the princess. Why bother?
She brought me back. It means she still cares about me.
You're hopeless.
Wait, what's going on?
Your Highness, this is May. Since that day with Your Highness, the prince has punished her in the dungeon. No food or water, not allowed to kill herself. Tortured until she died today. Your Highness, the prince has come to his senses. He knows you've been wronged, and now he's trying everything to avenge you.
The culprit who wronged me. Doesn't the prince know?
Your Highness?
Your Highness.
Lindsay?
Your Highness, I gave you the special medicine, not so you could show off your strength, go back and lie down.
Lindsay, I know that now. Nothing I say will matter. I just want to try my best to atone for the mistakes I've made.
Your Highness, there's no need to go to such lengths. Now that my powers have recovered, I'm capable of protecting myself. I won't suffer any more grievances or be offended by others. I'll fight back myself. Farewell.
Your Highness?
Lindsay, I beg you, don't go. Give me another chance.
Your Highness? Look at him now. If you leave, he definitely won't recover properly. Why don't you have pity on His Highness?
Whether His Highness lives or dies has nothing to do with me.
Your Highness.
Butler Wayne. What do you mean?
Your Highness. This old servant knows the prince's manner, owes you a great deal. This time, this old servant is not here to persuade you to stay on behalf of the prince. I just want you to, while the prince is recuperating, temporarily take on the responsibility of managing the manor.
Steward Wayne.
The prince's manor has been passed down for generations. It cannot be without someone in charge. I beg Your Highness to have mercy.
I beg Your Highness to have mercy.
Steward Wayne. If it weren't for your help that day, Nolan and I wouldn't have been able to leave the manor so easily. Now, you've brought everyone to kneel before me. Are you trying to use past favors to force me?
Your Highness,
Where are the ledgers from the past few days? Take me to see them.
So, Your Highness has agreed to stay in the manor.
I'm only temporarily standing in for the prince.
Please, Your Highness.
All right, stop looking. You've agreed to stay. Let's go back and rest. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Your Highness.
Sorry. I saw you were asleep and wanted to put a blanket on you.
There's no need. Thank you for your concern, Your Highness. I've finished reviewing today's ledgers. I should be going. Your Highness, could it be that you are playing the pity card?
My legs and feet are inconvenient now. It's fine that the princess doesn't help me, but she even laughed at me and even doubted me. It really breaks my heart.
Really can't walk.
Can't walk.
Now you can walk. Your Highness, please leave the same way you came. Go back.
Lindsay, you smiled.
What nonsense are you talking about?
I'm not talking nonsense.
I said I didn't smile.
Lindsay, I'm so happy you smiled at me. I'm really so happy. To be able to see Lindsay's smile, never mind these crutches. Even if my legs were crippled, I'd be willing.
What nonsense?
It's not nonsense, Lindsay. Only now do I know. If I lose you, I'll really go crazy. I know. You're not willing to forgive me now. It's okay. I'm willing to wait. I will spend my whole life proving it.
Stop it. Your Highness, your body is almost fully recovered. I'll leave tomorrow.
Lindsay. I know I hurt you too deeply. I don't dare to ask for your forgiveness. From now on, wherever you go, I'll go. I won't disturb your life. I only ask to be able to watch you from afar.
What if I find another good match? Marry someone else, be a wife and mother. Will your Highness still follow me?
Yes, I will be your most sincere servant. Whatever you want to do, I will accompany you.
Then, if your Highness wants to follow, then follow.
Lindsay, wait for me. Lindsay. Lindsay, wait for me.